Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today we're talking all about credit scores and how to increase your credit score to potentially save you thousands of dollars down the road. My name is Courtney and this is my channel where I talk about all things personal finance and mindful living. So if you haven't done so already, I would be much appreciative if you hit the subscribe button down below and give this video a big thumbs up. With that being said, let's dive in. I personally have a credit score that fluctuates between 780 and 790. So currently my goal is to break that 800 mark. But what exactly does this score mean and how am I actively working towards this goal? Let's take a moment to demystify what exactly a credit score is and why they matter in the first place. A credit score is a number from 300 to 850. This number signifies to banks how likely you are to pay back the money that they loan you. In short, the closer that you are to the highest score of 850, the more trustworthy the bank sees you. And this is important because the more credit worthy you are to a bank, the less money they'll charge you in interest on that loan. So by increasing your credit score, you're proving to the banks that you're less of a risk for them to loan money to you. And in return, they won't make you pay as much interest on a future loan because they trust you more that you'll repay them all of their money. So let's discuss ways that you can raise your credit score right now. There are quite a few factors that go into determining your overall credit score. One of the main considerations that they take into account is the diversity of the current credit accounts that you have open. Banks want to see several different credit types. This could be different credit cards, car loans, student loans, and mortgage payments. They see your ability to consistently be able to pay these loans back as a sign that you're a responsible borrower. This one is kind of funny to me because it's actually dragging down my personal credit score a little bit. Since I don't have a lot of loans out there that I'm actively paying on, this is seen as lack of diversity in my different credit accounts. So for example, I currently don't have any student loans because I paid those off, and I don't have a mortgage or a car payment, so this is affecting my overall diversity of accounts. The main form of credit that I use are credit cards. But if you are in a place in your life where it makes sense for you to open up loans, this could definitely boost your credit score. Or if you're currently a student and you have student loans, maybe open up a credit card because this will definitely help you build that credit score in the long run. The second way that you can increase your credit score is by adding time to your credit history. In essence, the longer that you've been using credit and have been paying it off successfully, the banks view this as a very long period where you've been responsible and that you can be trusted with their loans. This is why it's so important to start early whenever it comes to credit. If you're a parent of teenagers, maybe put them as an authorized user on your card. With this option, they don't actually have to spend on the credit card. The bank will just see them as responsible because they are a user of a credit card for a longer period of time than if they were to just open one up on their own. If your parents didn't do this for you, don't worry, just try and start as soon as possible as long as you can be responsible with your own credit card. I think high school is probably a reasonable time to open up your first credit card because in about 10 years after high school, that's probably when you'll be looking to buy a car or buy your first home, and having a higher credit score will dramatically reduce the amount that you'll have to pay interest on those loans. This is another area that I'm lacking in because I currently only have 7 years of credit history under my belt. Definitely try and start this sooner rather than later, and you'll definitely thank yourself down the road. Another huge factor that goes into play when determining your credit score is the number of missed payments you've had on your credit. I hope this one goes without saying, but do not miss a payment on any of your loans or your credit cards. Don't just pay the minimum on your credit cards every month. Pay them off in full. I really can't stress this point enough. It's also never been easier to do this because a lot of these credit card and loan companies have online websites where you can set up automatic payments every month. And you should do this every time you get a new credit card. Go onto that online portal, set up automatic payments to pay the card off in full every month, and you'll never have to worry about this portion of your credit score. Essentially, if you just treat your credit card like a debit card, and you aren't spending more money that you have available in the bank to pay it off, then you're going to be successful with this and you shouldn't be able to miss those payments. The next factor that goes into play when determining your credit score is your credit utilization rate. This utilization is determined by two main things: the total balance that you owe on all of your revolving accounts and your total credit limit. It's essentially the total balance divided by that credit limit. So as a really simple example, say that I have a credit limit of $1,000. $1,000. And my total balance on all of my accounts at the moment is $500. That's going to show up as a red flag because that utilization rate is so high. That would be about 50%. The banks want to see that they can give you a lot of credit and trust you with it because you're not going to be pushing those limits. So in general, try and stay under 30% utilization rate on all of your accounts. And an easy way to do this is by making little payments throughout the month. So for example, if you have that total balance of $500, maybe pay that off midway through the month, which will drop your credit utilization rate to 0. And making these little payments throughout the month can help you with this. So there you have it. Those are a couple different ways that you can increase your credit score, which can really help you save boatloads of money down the road. Thank you all so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please be sure to like and subscribe to the channel, and I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your day. Bye.